Love hurts, love scars, love of wounds and mars.
What's going on, everybody? We're back here with another review, and this is my first comparison review, really. Not even a comparison, but just like an evolution review of some of Once Custom's amazing work. So, to the right, we have 2013's prototype Once Custom's Hobo, which I've done a review on. You guys know the history behind this piece. And then we have, to the left of it, a hybrid that I made, but it's pretty much all Once Customs parts and Tenela's coveralls. So I don't want to say it's exactly like fully Once Customs, but it is his work. I just put it together and weathered it with Tenela, and I really just want to compare Once Customs works to his work, how it has evolved. Now, let's pan back to the right, to the 2013 prototype, which I think is one of the best hobos he's ever produced. The jacket on this hobo, if we can zoom in a little bit, there is literally, it's absolute perfection. And you got to put yourself in the mindset of the times. Like, how did you outsource these materials back then? There wasn't as many screenshot photos you could do back then. You couldn't get all the information you could, and Once Customs really put in some love into this, and this is why this piece is still in my collection. And shout out to Rob Terrell for selling this to me. He knows how much this piece means to me, and it's a reflection of our friendship, as this piece reflected a friendship with Once Customs customer who we made this for. Because under the foot it says, it shows who it's for, and under the base it shows for who it's for. But you guys can see that in my review of this piece. But just the tattering and weathering is really perfect, and it stands till this very day as one of the best hobos. And Once Customs work has skyrocketed, which is not saying anything bad about the older pieces. As you can see, the older pieces are still wonderful. They're just from a different time and have that different feel. That's what I want to say. Just because something is newer doesn't mean it's always better. It just means it has the flavor of what is in the time. I think this old hobo shows a lot of flavor from the old times. As we see the head sculpt, it's a one-off head sculpt that he did for this piece. He did do a run of hobos where he used a similar head sculpt, but there is this is the only one where he did a half mask where it's magnetic. It can come on and off. I do have it. It's the only one he did with the sun-dried hair like that. So this is really, really amazing. The hood is perfect. The mask paint is amazing. I don't want to take the hood off because it's just so menacing in that shot. So like I said, this invokes an older time, a time where Once Customs, it was just getting in the game and was like super hungry. I mean, he was in the game for a minute back then, but he started in like 2009, 2010. But this is when he really like got hungry and made some amazing figures. Not saying that he doesn't make amazing figures now, because he does make amazing figures, because I have a concept Jason coming from him. So, just Once Customs is the only man I've seen evolve consistently through the times. And when you get a piece from him that's like a piece that he truly put his soul into it, that piece lasts forever. As you guys can see, the coveralls over here, they were done from an old seamstress, or should I say a man or a girl, I don't know. Oh, what would I call a male seamstress? Not a quilter. He's not quilting. But what I will just call a seamstress. Whoever did these, I don't think he works with ones anymore. But these were some of the best coveralls you can get back in the day. There's no high water effect. It's just perfectly done. Perfect bagginess, perfect tattering, perfect length. And it's really exceptional. A fully sculpted knife over here to the left, to its right hand, and the blood work back then. One has improved the blood work, but doesn't mean that this blood work is not good. This is still some of the most amazing blood work ever, if you guys can see. This truly, truly is an imposing piece, and it will never leave the collection. Now let's move on to the figure to the right of it, and we're going to compare the jackets. This jacket, Once Customs made, and he sewed together himself, and you guys can see, if we pan back, we're going to do a quick comparison. They're both quality, absolute quality. They both have amazing details. They both have zippers. It's just done on new materials. Maybe it's a little bit more accurate to the one to the right than this one because the diamonds are a little bit bigger as they were in the movie. The hood is green as it's supposed to be in the movie, where this hood is just blue. But Once Customs always killing the game. And Tanilla killing the coveralls. And Once Customs does a lot of work with Tanilla, especially with the Rob Zombie H1 run they did. And she did an amazing job with those coveralls. And they're very much comparable to the ones that his old seamstress made to Once Customs. So, truly, truly shows the different times. And I think no matter what you choose, it represents that time and where one's mindset was, where his love was essentially, and just how the man has evolved into a different beast, you know. Not like he wasn't ever a beast. He was always been a beast when he first came into the game. Nobody does it like Once Customs. But truly, I gotta say, he's always evolving, doing new formulas, and always doing something different, which is the message I'm really trying to invoke. This is the old school, I believe this is the prototype, first ever unmasked sculpt he ever did. And you can see it's a little bit older, and he's done newer ones now, and they're very much, you know, updated. But this is still really cool to have. This is the prototype sculpt that I produced for a half-mask Hobo, and it's more works for this kind of body, this height, as I mentioned in the previous Hobo review, than it would on the big basketball body over here. It's a little bit smaller. Could possibly still work if you got the right coat dimensions, but I really did truly make it for more this kind of body, but a little bit taller. And then we have, I just wanted to put this in here because I got to show love to my boy Elvis 1976. He made a half-mask Hobo head sculpt, and I still got to show love because I love it. Anything Hobo related, I will collect. So I got this through Jordan Roshan, so thank you to you, Jordan, and thank you, Elvis, for making this, even though it wasn't intended for me, but still very cool. And this is a one-off, I believe. So let's give you a perspective shot. This is truly showing you the errors of some of Once Customs work. Now remember, I put this together. It's not a full Once Customs Hobo, but it does have a lot of his work, his knife, his sculpt, his jacket, you know, so his under jackets as well. And I gotta say, look, he has the updated sculpt over here, and that updated sculpt is so menacing. But so is the old one. That's the thing. No matter what you get, you're getting love and just pure passion for this piece, for this set. Because, man, I gotta tell you, Hobo is just one of those pieces that just invokes menacing presence. So until next time, guys, thank you. It was just a quick video. I wanted to put something out there. But conquer your own collection, and I will catch you next time. Peace.